All right. Welcome to the Push Podcast, episode 9.
I'm Steve Machine Curran. This is Kev Big Daddy Orwood, and today in the house we've got the lovely Barsha.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Hello.
Yeah, welcome, Barsha.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We should just start before we introduce Barsha. We've got a big congratulations to you, Kevin.
Yes.
Yes, very recently.
Yes,
Yesterday. Late on Thursday night, or just before midnight, about 11 actually. I became a father. I became a big daddy again.
Big Daddy.
Number 4.
And, my third son, my fourth child. So Ace was born on the 11th of the 10th, and he's it's the first natural birth I've witnessed.
Yes.
So
Wow.
my other children were born cesarean,
That's insane.
and
Can I ask you, did you stay down the business end?
I was there for most of it, but then once
Shit
the
got freaky.
stream of doctors started coming in, I had to sort of shuffle around to the side of it, but I didn't miss anything.
Right, okay.
It was intense.
It's confronting,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It was intense.
It gives, like we were saying downstairs, it gives you a new sort of appreciation for how women are just fucking straight up warriors.
Look, it's a completely different ballgame
Yes.
to cesarean. Right?
Too push to
With
push.
With a cesarean, it's very... There's an order of things and how it happens, and the mother lays there, and the doctors do their work. And
There's a screen up, isn't there?
There is a screen up
From
yeah.
here
So I
down.
don't get
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah,
No, you
no,
can't.
well the girl doesn't see because you're getting your
Right.
Getting your gizzards
Everything-
opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept standing up to look over.
Yeah.
when
Really?
the abortion
Right.
was, and the doctors would say, "Sit down," and
Wow.
because I wanted to see. I
Were
wanted
you
to see. And
masked up and
masked
everything?
up.
Like
And I'm-
any
and
like
I'm
a
not-
surgical mask or
Yeah,
just
so-
like a hockey mask or something?
It was Halloween, baby. So I was dressed as Jason. No, they don't want. Apparently a lot of men faint
Of course.
when they see.
What's
everything.
going on down there?
It's got a-
Right.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of layers they've got to cut through, and
okay.
I'm.
Do you not know about
No.
the birds and the bees?
I'm
I
not
do know about the birds and bees. I didn't know there was lots of layers to get.
Well,
Well, if you
there's
think about it,
epidermis,
like the
muscle.
skin layers. Okay.
skin, fat, muscle,
All the way down there.
then it
wow.
gets down to the uterus, and they've got layers through there they've got to cut through. And then when they stitch it back up, they've got to stitch each layer again.
Wow. Okay.
It's very complicated. It's not
This is
just
why.
cut, pull,
That's
shut.
really. I thought it was as simple as that.
No, it's not. So
Wow.
How do you think it works?
I knew it's like
press the
cesarean.
button.
They cut, but I didn't know that there was like that many layers.
yeah,
to
they've
get.
got it. It's very precise. They can't fuck it up, you know.
Oof.
Because there's all the organs and shit too. They've got
Yeah,
to,
true.
You know, they've got to make sure they get the right place.
Is there an organ in front of your uterus? Your
Everything gets pushed up
yes.
into about 1/3 of the
How
cavity
do they
space.
push
a bit like
No,
a bit like wearing a waist
when
trainer.
you have a
When the baby grows,
Right.
when the baby grows, obviously that has to take up some space.
Yep.
So everything that was down there, all the stomach and the liver and the kidneys and the bladder and everything gets pushed up into a much smaller proportion of the torso.
Okay.
So when you're pregnant, everything feels really squashed in, and the slightest pressure, like on your bladder, makes you want to go to the toilet
Right.
much more
That
frequently.
makes sense.
So everything's compressed into a small space. So I don't think there's nothing in front of the
Right,
uterus
the baby.
because the belly's
Of course,
right
yeah,
there.
because you can
Yeah.
feel the feet.
And you can see,
Yeah.
So, but it all just gets pushed up. So anyway, it's a very,
Intense procedure.
and you've got to have a specialist who knows what the fuck they're
Well,
doing.
you'd hope
Well,
so.
but sometimes they don't, like home birthing and things like that. With
The home birth cesarean is probably not.
I don't. Think
Oh, no, I
that-
don't think that's the
does it
thing.
Exist? Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm not really squeamish at that sort of stuff. So I wanted to see when the cesareans
Right.
were happening, but the doctor kept saying sit down, and he said if you don't sit down, I'm going to send you from the room.
Really?
That was
What?
with Toby, I think. Yeah.
wow, okay.
So I had to sit down, but I wanted to see, but I got to see nothing. But obviously, when they bring the baby out, you can see the baby coming out of the stomach. The
Yeah.
head pops out first.
Yeah.
So on Thursday night, obviously it wasn't a cesarean; it was
No.
a natural birth, and
Yeah.
she was pushing like a champion.
Yes, I could
And,
hear it when I picked up Jake from the hospital because he was getting a bit concerned or
Well, she had had about 15 to 20 contractions by that stage, like every about 5 minutes, and so every 5 minutes she was screaming, yelling, and
yeah,
Jake
I could hear her
was-
on the phone.
Jake was sitting there, like looking up, wondering what the. You know, I just think it was beginning to be a bit overwhelming. and a
Sure.
bit-
Fair enough.
I don't think he comprehended what was actually beginning.
Did you
Yeah.
film it? Any of it?
No, I took no.
We filmed all of it except the
Over the phone.
No, I had
Okay.
a handy
Okay.
cam. I filled it with a
I was
handy
gonna
cam.
say.
And we filmed it right up until like she was crowning.
Right. Yeah. No,
Mm.
I got some good photos. But you know, there was like
Yeah.
Jade's mum was there, so
See, I feel a bit weird about having
That was
like
it.
whole family there.
no, there was no whole family. It was
Just
just
the
me
mum.
and Jade's mum.
That's
Yeah.
alright.
Would you have your mum there?
If you're close with your mum,
I don't
you
know if
want your
I'm-
mum there. It all depends.
Yeah,
on,
of
depends
course.
on the
Yeah, I
situation.
understand that. Yeah, of
No,
course.
but would you have your mum?
I would. Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe.
so anyway, he was born and he's a little champion and he's straight on the boob and you
Ace Alwood.
know, ace.
Ace. Oh,
Yeah, very cool.
I
AJ
love that.
AJA.
Yeah, that's
that's
it.
awesome.
Excellent. Okay. We've got a couple other things to cover, but we might just get into introducing Barsha first.
Yeah.
Barsha, I met you. I think we both know you from the gym.
Yes.
That's right. When I used to see you come in your school uniform,
Yeah, since I was 15.
Were you
I've been training
15?
at 15.
and you were training with Sam.
Sam.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you were training with a pretty much like a drill sergeant sort of trainer.
That was intense.
And you used to come in, and you were really shy, and you used to not make eye contact with
Nope.
anyone. You'd have your school uniform on, and he used to just punish you.
Yeah.
I remember him yelling at you about what you had eaten that day,
Yeah.
and then he'd make you run around the block,
Or I'd run 6K in the morning, 6K at night, before and after school.
and you looked fucking miserable.
I was stressed, and also my eating was pretty bad. I stopped eating like a lot.
You just
and-
stopped eating.
Yeah, I would eat just very small meals throughout the day, but then when
Did you
I
eat
would
proper food or did you eat shit?
not
Like,
shit, I would eat like maybe a little bit of oats for breakfast, and then like a carrot, and then a tin of tuna.
And that's your whole food
And then
for the day.
for dinner, I would have greens and like some sort of protein. But if it was after 6 and I had any carbohydrates, I would have a mental breakdown.
And
Just
there was
freak out.
presumably
I'd
a
freak out.
massive gap between the morning meal and the night meal, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Hour,
Well, I'd be at the
8
gym.
hours or
I'd
10
be at the
hours or
gym
something.
right after school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And was that like when you were training then?
yes.
What was your mind like? Were you was that of your own choice, or was it your mum's choice, or what was driving you to?
I think my whole life, well, I've always been like an athlete. Like I've always participated in sport and been very good at running and been very good at swimming, and any sport I've done, I've always been really good at.
Right.
But just when I hit maybe like 10, 12, I just put on a lot of weight.
Right.
And
That was coinciding with puberty starting. Yeah.
exactly.
Which is
yeah.
normal.
Yeah. But it was just, I was never a small child. I was never fit. Like I was always like quite thick.
So you're quite chunky.
Quite chunky,
Yeah,
yes.
But chunky's good.
Yeah.
But
But
it
you
was an
didn't
issue
think.
for
But you
you,
didn't
right?
think that at the
I didn't
time,
think,
did
not
you?
at all, not at all.
And it was
Those times were all about being thin.
It preyed on your mind.
Oh my
yeah?
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Like all the time. So that was probably my biggest struggle.
Was that just an internal thing, or did other people say things which?
I did get lots of comments, mainly from boys. Definitely when I was in high school. I was,
Teasing you.
yeah, like
Really?
I didn't go to a boys like a mixed school, but the boys that we did hang out with, I would get like sometimes called like a hippo, or
Really?
when I was at the beach, yeah.
Damn.
That's
Or like
but
the
kids are cruel, man.
they are,
Yeah.
you know. I remember one time we went to a party and there was a bet about who could kiss me, like as like a joke. So
What the fuck?
yeah,
But you know what cruel boys are.
Yeah, but
you know.
I don't know if that happened. I think it's probably gone maybe a little bit too far the other way now. I don't know, like with our outrage culture and it's so extreme about anti-bullying now that I don't know. Kids will still be pricks, I guess. I don't know.
it just depends, I guess.
But you were
You know what, Steve? I think that it's always been there. I just think the consequences of getting caught now are more
Greater.
severe.
That's
yeah.
so true.
yeah. Well, there was none when I was at
No.
school.
Yeah.
No.
You just people were ruthless.
And
Yeah.
you had to take
Just suck it up.
or start training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we all have a reason why we began at the gym, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because of things like that.
That's
you know,
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Picked on or bullied or something even more sinister
Yeah.
than that. You know?
Wow, yeah, that is true.
But you, the thing that was interesting and was sad at the time was you were coming to a place that was supposed to empower you and make you
Yes.
feel better,
Yes.
and it wasn't doing that. It was actually doing the
Not at
opposite,
all.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was draining me. I mean, I was happy when I was training, but the after effects, like I would just be drained all the time. I would be very, very moody, and also just want to sleep all the time, especially while I was at school.
But you're getting thrashed. Like your training was
twice a day.
was just chaotic.
Yeah,
I remember it was
intense.
just intense cardio and
Yeah.
running and like never stopping.
Yeah.
Because it was all about like it looked like punishment.
But that's his method.
Sure.
Right, that was your trainer,
Right.
who we all know.
Yeah.
It was the way he did things.
Yeah.
And I guess it was effective for himself, the way he trained, and it was effective for some of his clients. So I
Yeah.
guess he kind of pretty much just gave the same shit, though, to everyone, didn't he? You do 50 reps of that. Remember when he had like 5 or 6 going at once? Do 100 of those,
Yeah.
do 10 of those, then switch over there.
Which is all random.
You run on the treadmill and you go on the bike, and he just sort of sit on his phone.
Just did
That was
yeah.
insane.
And so when you stop training, because I'd see you there and I think, man, this girl's got this she's put so much effort into it. I remember the first time I talked to you, I was like, you really train hard, but like maybe you should just do some basic lifting. And we started that, and you know, I'd like to think that was sort of part of the impetus for you becoming the woman that you've become.
It 100% was.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. The minute I started lifting, it was almost the minute I started embracing just myself, and it wasn't even about losing weight or my it was just about feeling powerful and feeling strong and just loving the fact that I had big thighs and, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, it started everything.
Yeah, you fucking blossomed really.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, and owned it. Like you didn't, and the metamorphosis into like actually being confident,
Yes.
dressing like you do. You know, like it seemed like it all started from that,
100%,
that's the beauty of weight training when
Yeah.
it's done to empower people rather than just
How you...
As a chore.
Yeah.
or punishment
Yeah.
for eating too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, definitely.
So you grew to look forward to your
I
training
did.
sessions?
I
You
did.
switched trainers and you
Switch
started
trainers,
with the machine?
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did. Like, for me, I guess the weight loss benefits were, like, a great part of my training, but also just being able to lift heavier. That was one thing that I loved going in every week and trying to, get stronger. So, or just get better at technique or anything like that. And then that sort of just started to build my confidence in myself and, you know, my shape and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
But you then like it's like once you've got that, like then the whole other rest of your personality came into being.
This is true.
You know
This
what I
is
mean?
true, yes.
Like you know the way you dress, the tats, the hair,
Yeah.
and everything like that. It's like
Yeah.
it's sort of just this. It's like
It's funny. I wonder
yeah,
where the tats came
evolved,
from. Do you
you
reckon
evolved.
it's
Yeah.
Frosty?
hey.
What,
No, I'm like wonder what subconsciously made me decide to
I
be
know.
covered.
Well,
Yeah.
what made you go and get your first one?
This was my first one, and
I love you.
Yeah, I love you, and I just
Is that a
wanted
note
it.
to yourself?
It's to everybody.
Okay, that's cool.
And I don't know what made me want to get that. I think I just wanted a tattoo. I was 18, and I was like, I can finally get a tattoo. So, and then I think the rest
What's that one
started.
say?
So
Oh,
this
yeah.
one is "Te amo," and that's "I love you" in
Okay.
Portuguese.
Okay, why's Portuguese?
Just
So it's
cause.
the Brazilian voice.
Oh, maybe. Just remembered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There's one.
Oh, damn. Okay. What?
And then the rest, I think I just wanted to be, it just artwork. So I just treat my body as like, it is art.
Yeah,
You know?
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. But so we talked about your childhood and body issues, like because it really like I worry about my daughter, and especially because we're always talking about
This day and
training,
age, yeah.
and I'm always me especially more than Gabrielle. I'm always judging people on how they look, which is really bad. But it's what bodybuilders do. It's you know like so Bianca comes to me and says things like, "Daddy, do you think she's too muscly or too skinny?"
Wow. Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. It's
I think
you've got one girl like.
this
Yeah,
day and
it's
age is
different.
hard.
Like, yeah.
Boys, my daughter is acutely aware of how other women shouldn't care about boys yet. How they dress, how they look, how their bodies are. I don't think Jake and Toby give a fuck, do they?
Nah.
I think
No, they don't.
the
It's
minute
like-
I started focusing on my like health and everything, it's like the way my body looked became a little bit less of a
Yes.
priority.
Yeah.
You know, and also the way I felt about myself the minute I started appreciating the way I looked, I didn't like care about what anybody
Externals.
else's body looked
Yeah.
like it wasn't like, oh, their body's this or their body's this, they've got this like
Yeah.
that doesn't become a thing because I'm like, well, I like myself and they have the beautiful parts, not even
Yes.
beautiful parts, like everybody is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just I just focus on my body, like
Yeah.
that's what it needs to be, and I think that takes a lot of time and just self-appreciation.
And-
I think you made yourself aware of that quite a young age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
For a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
sorry, go.
I mean, some women hold on to those those issues, those jealousy type things, or
Forever.
or being concerned about what other people think of them, and
Yeah.
what, for a long time,
Yeah.
well into their 30s, and
Yeah.
and you kind of had that realization, maybe an epiphany or something younger than that,
Yeah.
like early 20s,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And which is good, though. You've been able to embrace what you've been given
Yeah.
and go with it.
Everything. Like I
Yeah.
think to be honest, that whole anything with jealousy, like we people as people we naturally get jealous about something. Like there's always going to be something that we don't have that we're like, oh. But I think as opposed to being like, oh, that's like criticizing other people for some whatever they have or what we don't have or whatever.
Yeah.
You just have to be like, well, they have that, that's great, but I have this. And it's all about being jealous or like bitter about other people's.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. It's,
It's
very
terrible.
destructive.
What's
It
the
makes-
opposite of having gratitude?
It means
Right.
you don't
Yeah,
like
so-
yourself.
Yeah.
But a
really.
lot of people never get past that.
No.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot more as well. I say some never get past it.
Yeah.
A lot hang on to it for a long time.
Yes.
Mm.
And it's only a few special people like you that have that realization younger,
Yeah.
and then can enjoy the rest of your life without
Yeah.
having to stress about things that don't even affect them.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you can't control.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares what the person next to you or down the street thinks of you?
Well,
Really?
there's that's that saying, comparison is the thief of joy.
I don't know
That's
that
so
one.
true.
You heard that one?
No.
It's good,
It's
isn't
a
it?
good one.
Yeah. But so we talked about training and body issues, because I really believe, like, I try to encourage that, especially my female clients. Stop worrying about what you're looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Just focus on the lifts.
Yeah.
Focus on training.
Yeah.
And then the body just happens as this
It just
happy
comes
coincidence.
along. Yeah, that's
Right?
so true.
Like, rather than, if you're not feeling good about yourself, just cover up. Wear a big t-shirt or something. Just
Yeah.
come and kick ass in the
Yeah,
gym.
it's stepping on the scales every day and
Don't do that.
and fearing the result is
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Imagine the amount of cortisol you're releasing.
Yeah, exactly. I tell people, especially
Useless.
especially before a workout.
Yeah.
So now the thing that did switch, and we had some debates about it, messaging debates, which now I've fucking let go of it, because I
Right,
realise
right.
you're on your own journey,
Yes.
and it's no business of mine.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because it really isn't, and it's like, but the vegan thing.
Being vegan,
Yeah.
yes. The
What-
best thing I ever did, as well as weight training.
So when did you become?
When did
vegan?
this happen, and what was the impetus?
So I'll just give you the backstory. So
Yeah.
my whole life, obviously, I was trying to lose weight, especially when I was younger. And then when I started lifting, that helped me embrace my body more. But I still did want to lose weight.
Right.
And I got all these tests wondering why I wasn't losing weight. I tried all these different diets.
But
tried-
before this, you were getting all this information from, you were surrounded by all these bodybuilders,
Yeah.
and trying to do all these hardcore bodybuilding
Mm.
diets, and just again, from the outside, it looked like you were sliding back into the previous, what you were doing the previous
Punishments?
trainer, where
Yeah.
where you'd embrace training, but then the food was then doing your head in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so
the struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah. The problem was, and the thing is, I got everything checked, and it turned out like I have polycystic ovaries.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
does that mean?
my hormones. I just
Lots of
mean
cysts. On the
Okay.
ovaries.
cysts of ovaries, and you have like higher testosterone levels. It's common.
But the cysts are on the ovaries.
Yeah.
Are they outside of the ovaries? Is that right?
I
You know.
have no idea.
But
But they're,
the result of
they're-
that means painful periods.
Yes. And irregular periods, very irregular
Right.
periods. You get acne. I had
Ah, so
perfect
hormone
skin.
levels are all over
Hormone
the
levels
place.
are effed.
So they're not steady, they're up,
Not at
down,
all.
all over the place.
They're insane. Like
Yeah.
my periods were so irregular. My skin was perfect through high school, and then I hit 19, and I just broke. out, like
Yeah,
to
right.
like really intense under the skin painful like
Right, yeah.
acne. My moods as well. You can't lose weight. Also excess hair. Love having that.
Hot.
Body
Yeah,
hair?
so hot.
Body
Yeah,
hair?
body hair.
Ah.
Like I had, pubic hair when I was like 8,
Okay.
Wow.
like in primary school, like underarm
That's young.
hair.
That's
Yeah.
coming earlier though. It's
Yeah.
like, do you think, given that you had a little bit higher testosterone, do you think it's maybe why it's easier for you to put on muscle? Like you put on
Yeah,
muscle, you put on muscle
so quick.
pretty easily, huh?
So quick. Yeah, I definitely think.
Was that you actually got tested on that?
Yeah.
blood work.
Oh, not the muscle. Just
No, on the test, you actually found out that you did
PCOS?
have. Oh yeah, I know you have polycystic
Yeah.
ovaries tested, but are you just saying that as a result of those you had slightly higher testosterone, or that has been tested as well?
I haven't tested
Right.
that, but I just assume like all the symptoms that come with
Sure.
polycystic ovaries pretty much synced with everything that I had. That
If we get
Couldn't
it, will we have
explain.
more testosterone?
I
If
don't
you
think
get-
that you
if
have
you get
cysts
cysts
on your ovaries.
Best you can probably hope for is a ball cyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to have testicles to have
Yeah.
them.
Ah, true. Yeah, all right. Forget about that then.
So they went a long time ago. Cashew nuts. I'm a bit sad about it, actually.
Don't be sad.
I'm
It's fine.
not
It's not even.
surprised.
It's
Do
not a
you
big-
feel like
They come back a little bit,
Do
actually.
you feel like less of a man because of that, Steve?
Yeah.
I don't feel like a man.
Oh, stop it. That doesn't mean anything to anyone,
Yeah.
really.
A little
Like,
boy, girly boy.
yeah, no, I don't.
Man.
I think
No,
girls
they come
would
back a little bit,
prefer-
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're more like Brazil nuts now than cashew nuts.
Oh, Brazil nuts is close
Yeah,
enough
it's all
to
right.
what it
But I used
should
to
be.
have big balls.
Oh my gosh.
No, like actually, no, they actually were. People would comment. Random
Just
people.
people,
When you
yeah.
walk down the street, did you flip them out
No,
like to strangers?
People
or-
that I was intimate with would comment.
Right.
Oh,
So,
wow.
this is a nice pair.
Would they say,
Really? I don't
Let's
ever
say-
care.
Really, you don't care about
It's not a thing.
testicle size?
Not at
No,
all.
it's-
I don't even want to look at
would they
them.
You don't look at
complain?
them. No.
Would they complain that your penis was small and your balls were too
No,
big?
well, I think that's no. That's the only drawback, and it's actually better now because my testicles are smaller. It makes my dick look bigger. Right?
Wow. Gorgeous.
Yeah, well, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
a silver lining. Steve.
Speaking of that, just diverging slightly. Did you see, every time the game comes up on my Instagram,
the
The,
game.
the game.
like it makes me feel a bit inferior.
Because he's beautiful.
No,
because
well, he's
got
fucking hung like a
large-
donkey.
Oh, is he? I
Well, you,
can't.
don't, you
How do
haven't.
you know
please.
that?
Have you not seen
Basha,
it?
come on. You
No, I
don't.
haven't.
All you need to do is
Have you got your
type,
Insta-
See me in
type
hands?
into Google the game,
Right.
gym, or training.
Just
or
his
something.
latest post on Instagram.
But you know, I don't.
he has a
really
pair of
wanna
red jocks on,
Yeah, and you can
and-
see through.
and
I don't know. As a female, I don't know. Even just as me, like I'm like, I don't want to see.
He wears bike shorts, and
That's
you can
fine.
see he's got a
no, not
big
bike
leg.
shorts. No, they're like jocks, like sort of cotton.
Like underwear.
Oh right, yeah, like Under Armour.
I haven't spent a lot of time looking at it.
No, are you sure?
The game, I don't even know what.
His Instagram is.
So that doesn't do anything for you
Well, I don't want to be see it in pictures
on Insta.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, it's Los Angeles. Los Angeles Confidential is his
Oh
Insta.
right.
Oh,
Well, you don't
okay.
follow him?
probably do,
I
but
don't
not
remember
really.
seeing any of his things. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
not.
How do you know about it?
I think it's.
How do I know about his big dick?
Yeah.
I know about his big dick because
Yeah.
someone we all know
I knew
Yeah,
you were going to
used to
say that.
liked it.
Yeah. He posts a lot, doesn't he? Oh, here, there. Look, it's blue shorts.
Oh, blue.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay. Yes. Do we
Like,
think
look at-
that's real though? Like that's a very strategic. It could have just been.
It's definitely strategic.
Yeah.
Do you think he's had a bit of a fiddle first?
Something's happened. It's probably
That's what I tell
down
myself. That he's
there.
done that.
Everything's enhanced on Instagram, surely.
Well, he's gone with it. He's like taking.
He's
run
running
with
with it.
it.
He's famous for it.
It's for years he's been
Oh,
showing his
really?
big dick.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
And he posts that it's his
Congrats.
fitness journey. Please. There's no-
And all of a sudden he gets like 40,000 new female fans.
Of
yeah.
course, of course.
It's funny that his fitness journey. He's never in shape. Like he's got a little bit of muscle. Does it matter? Does it
What?
go?
Like,
That he's not ripped.
oh my gosh, abs mean absolutely nothing to me.
They mean everything to us, don't
I
they?
know. They
Isn't it
really
funny?
don't mean
Isn't it
anything
funny?
to me.
But all right.
But
okay.
it's the same
all
as
right.
females have something that we think, oh, we need to have something like a
No,
flat
you do.
stomach.
No, females do.
A flat
Not
stomach?
no, could care less about that.
I always thought
big
of-
ass, big round ass.
The things
Some
that have given
guys-
me the most confidence are two things: lots of female attention and abs looking great.
Really?
Like if they're there,
Yeah.
my confidence is just automatically
I think
elevated.
big thighs means more to me than abs.
On a girl, on a guy,
On
or
a
a girl.
guy.
Okay.
I mean, just because I like big
muscular.
thighs.
Yeah.
Right. That's just an internal mental thing.
No,
Yeah.
but you do get more attention. Look, man,
I can't
I've,
help
I've
that.
walked down Bondi when I was competing. I would walk down Bondi Beach in off season, deep in off season, looking like a cane toad, and literally no one would even look at me. And then 12, 18 weeks later, in contest shape, people would stop and turn around. Like, it's that dramatic. Wouldn't you agree?
That's so bizarre. For me, I just like a nice face. That's the first thing. Like,
Oh yeah, everyone.
Okay, but
Nice
at what point, like you said, you don't want ripped abs, but at what point does a belly become too much? Like if you're down, like if it's pushing against your head when
Are you talking about a
yes,
male?
I understand that.
A male.
Just
yeah, that's for
somebody who looks after themselves obviously is important.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're
But-
like an athletic.
Body shape. I
all the
different-
guys you've
it
dated have been
varies.
trained though, haven't
Well, my first partner is very fit. Like he's big, solid.
they? Do I know him?
Josie.
Oh, right,
He's big.
Yeah.
Not like bodybuilder big, but big.
Your first partner?
Boyfriend, my first boyfriend.
Was he your first boyfriend?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were all the men before that?
Just
Part timers.
hookups.
Stop it. Disasters.
One night stands.
No, I don't do that. Unfortunately,
Two
for me.
nights,
I wish
two
I
nights.
could do that. And then
Do you wish you could though?
What?
I just-
I don't know. I don't know. Like I think a lot of women who do have that. Oh, I just want to
Play
have
around.
fun. I think that's great. I honestly, whatever you do with your sex life, that's not my business. I think whatever makes you feel happy, that's important. But for me, I'm just like I like sex with
Intimacy.
a connection.
Sure.
Yes.
And do you, we know people that often spruik that message, but then
Oh yeah.
catch feelings straight away.
Oof.
Catch feelings.
Yeah, that's not.
That's,
You are woke.
So woke.
How hashtag woke.
You are woke.
No, I just listen to Drake a lot. Yeah.
What were we saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just hooking up.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I don't know.
Well, I think people do have to go through that phase because if they don't, they get married or get connected to a partner young, and if they haven't gone through their slut phase.
Everyone talks about this slut
No,
phase.
oh really? Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
It's
I just
a
made.
thing.
I just. Oh
No, it's
really?
a thing.
Man, I am woke. I didn't even know
When
that
did
was a
I
thing.
have-
Hashtag
never
slut
had my
phase.
slut phase.
I didn't.
Well,
slut
it's coming.
Face,
Bar show, it's
a slut
coming. It's
phase.
coming.
Or
Face.
Phase.
Slut face. Hey, slut face. How's your slut phase? There's a rhyme for Eminem. I'm going to email him. Slut face and slut phase.
Do you? Would you like because it goes? The wheels fall off at some stage, maybe in the 30s or 40s. But at some stage, if you got married when you're 18,
Oh.
you're gonna have a slut phase. You're gonna have an affair or
Wait,
cheat.
when you're 18?
You
if
know,
you
when
get
you're
married
married, if you get
married young,
yes, or
and you haven't gone out there and sown
Sown your
wild
wild
oats.
oats.
Right. Sown your wild oats.
You haven't
I
heard
have
that phrase
never
before?
heard
we're
that.
showing our age.
That's sorry,
right?
age. It's a
Wow.
common phrase for
Yeah.
people of our vintage.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would go out and before you get married, go and sow your
Sow
wild
your-
oats, as in
yeah.
get out there and spread it
Basically,
around.
Spread your
basically,
seed.
I get
ejaculate
around.
everywhere.
Tupac, I get around. Right? That's
Yeah.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
if you haven't done that
You're gonna do it.
and you get settled down at a young age, the chances of you feeling like you've missed out on something,
Yeah.
let's say you get married at 18, by 28 you've been married for 10 years,
Right.
you've only had one or very few partners,
Mm.
you start, and things might not be going right, that's the catalyst for wanting to go and
I think the
experience
biggest,
that.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me not wanting to is because I know with connection,
If it's
that
not
I'll have
there,
an orgasm. Yeah.
okay. If it's not there,
If it's not, it's just gonna be.
yeah, just going through the motions.
But
I'm not.
you could get a connection with someone you've just met and it'd be
Maybe.
amazing from the first time.
Maybe
That
I'll let you know
happens.
if that happens. Doubt
It does
it.
happen.
Yeah, with me all the time it used to.
Of course it
Yeah, but you're
did.
just straight up player.
Yeah, but you're a guy. That's so
You
different.
play the hand you dealt, don't you?
That's right. It's a heavy cross to bear.
It's a heavy cross.
I remember because you didn't know Kev back in the day. Kev was the
No, I
Matt.
didn't.
Matt.
But I've heard.
Yeah. There was a picture of at the top of Oxford Street. There used to be there was a you know those like photo shooting place. I actually got some photos done. Star shots.
Yeah.
You know where
Crown.
I know where that is.
Yeah.
On the window,
There was-
there's big mirrors that
Yeah.
bend around.
huge.
the crown.
There was a huge photo of Kev,
No
black and white
way.
photo, torso photo
Of course.
Kev looking.
Of course.
At the same
Delish.
time, I was on a calendar in Oxford Street, and there was a chemist further up the road
Was there?
near Stonewall that had a promo of me laying there
Wow.
and like a thing over. I was naked in the photo, but they
Yes.
put the
Piece of
logo
food or
of the
something?
chemist
Oh.
over my
Like a
and it was
For
like
a
I was
chemist.
everywhere. I was
Yeah.
everywhere. That was in like the late 90s,
Late 90s.
early around 2000 or so. So
Yeah. Did it? Good job it didn't affect your ego.
Yeah.
well, I could have turned out to be a complete wanker,
That's
and I'm only just a
A
little,
little bit.
Little bit of
just a
wanker.
little.
So we diverged a little bit from the vegan thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Was that on purpose?
No, it's just that happens.
Yeah, so I watched a documentary and decided I'm just going to try it. And then
What was the documentary?
it was about animal cruelty.
Right.
So was it because it was an ethical reason,
Yeah.
an ethical decision,
Yeah. And I just said, I'm just going to try it. And so I tried it. I was still eating eggs
Yes.
for like maybe 2 months after.
dare you.
And honestly, within like a month, everything just
Settle down.
fixed itself. Like
Wow.
my periods I just noticed
Wow.
it becoming regular. My skin just became so much better. I dropped so much weight that I'd been struggling for years
Yes.
to drop.
And is that still the case? Like, so,
Yeah.
so everything's a lot better now.
And
Yeah.
have you
That's
ever
awesome.
given up eggs too? Have you like
Given up-
eventually
I
now
gave up
switched right
eggs
over
2 months,
to complete
yeah.
vegan?
I
So you
gave-
started vegetarian
Yeah.
with it, and when did you give up bacon?
I never have had bacon
Oh, really?
in my whole life.
Oh, really?
Never.
Oh, that was going to be my next question.
Because my dad that
you don't eat pork.
yeah, he's Muslim.
Ah.
So we never had it. And
We'll
then
get to it.
my sister and mum's ate it the minute he left, but I was just
Right.
like, meh,
So, okay, so you've not eaten pork ever.
never.
Do you want to try a bit of bacon?
No, I really don't.
Bacon's
It
good.
make me so sick.
Alright,
Anything that's like meat or dairy, I know if I've
So you
accidentally
don't
eaten
like
it.
sausage either?
Sometimes. Vegetarian sausages? I don't know. I don't think that exists.
It does.
There's very few.
Vegetarian sausage.
No, there's very few men that are.
The vegan sausages.
Is that,
She was
whatever.
She was going with it.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
So there's very few men that are vegan. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
It's Collaros.
I haven't met who. Yep. No.
So I guess that. So yeah. Okay. So well, you still have to eat meat then.
No digesting of the meat. though.
I guess as long as okay.
Just says how
No
fast you can
animals are harmed in
the-
that
okay, yeah.
process.
in your sex life.
Yes. No.
See, you've heard about lab grown meat? Like
Yes.
it's completely
Not-
no animals involved.
Just
How
the
do you-
cells.
How do you feel about that?
I don't actually know.
Like it's completely no cruelty, not even an animal involved.
And they make actual
It's
meat.
started. It's
It's
a
meat.
thing already. It's going to be
Like it's meat.
so it's grown from.
It's not just imitation.
No, it's
It
cloned
is-
from cells in a lab.
Yeah,
so you
wow.
grow like a steak.
So you just grow a steak, or
Yes.
do you grow like a leg? Or
I
what?
know.
How does it work?
A
I
steak.
don't
I
even
think.
know.
Yeah.
So you grow individual portions.
I don't know how the portion size is,
Wow,
but
I didn't know that.
yeah, and it's coming.
because I know they've created like
An ear.
vegetable based mincemeat that looks and cuts and tastes like meat,
Yeah.
but
No, no.
it's actually plant based.
No, this is from cow DNA.
yeah, wow,
or
that's,
like,
that's kind of.
Yeah, but I just wonder, like, how do you? How would you feel about it? Could you eat that?
Could you put that in your mouth?
I don't know. I don't know actually. I think I'd have to. I would try it,
Okay,
but
Because it's the animal cruelty thing that got you there.
yeah.
It's
but it's more than
taken
that. It's
there.
bigger than that,
Although
though, isn't it? It's
if-
like there's no sense in
I
the
guess-
beans, right?
I guess for me, in terms of my hormones, then I probably wouldn't because
because it's what it does inside your body.
yeah, I've never actually thought
Yeah.
of that, but yeah, probably not then. I mean, although I know that potentially the reason that my body is so like is it
Aligned.
averse,
Okay.
is that right? Is that
Right.
right?
Yeah.
To that
Maybe.
is because there's already hormones in what I'm eating.
Oh, maybe. But did eating, when you were a meat eater, did it affect your digestive system and did it give you problems there as well, or just?
I don't actually remember.
Okay.
So maybe not, if I don't remember.
All right.
But you know, I mean, you feel good, so why change it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I mean,
like-
people always say, "Oh, would you ever go back? Or would you ever have this? Or would you ever have that?" Or I just thought this was a phase. I would say I would never change it.
But you don't look like your average vegan. Most vegans look like they got cancer. Let's be honest.
That's just
I mean,
no,
they look-
most just ones who don't work on other things.
Okay.
Like they're just
start because they some of them don't eat enough, maybe, or
Yeah.
don't eat.
I think it's with
enough
everyone.
protein.
Like some people eat heaps of meat, but
But still look like
look
crap.
like they've
Yeah.
got some type of cancer.
Sure,
Like,
sure. Yeah, no, I get that. Now, you touched on your dad. What is your background?
I
'Cause
don't know.
that was your stepfather, yeah.
It's a complicated
Okay, all right.
story. Yeah.
Okay, but you're obviously a woman of color.
Yes.
Too complicated for here.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
fair
fine. That's fine.
So do you get like any? Did you get race as well as the chubby thing? Did you get like racist taunts when you were a kid, or not really?
Not really. No, I didn't really get anything. Wow.
It's Kev's just showing us a picture of Jade
There's
and
Ace.
little Ace.
Cute.
What's Jade's background?
She's half Maltese.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So funny because everybody does sometimes guess Maltese for me, and somebody was saying that Maltese people don't really have any color, but she looks like she has.
She's got
Colour.
cornrows at the moment.
She
Or
does.
braids.
It's all braided.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
wow.
You see
Got
that?
it braided.
There's another
This
photo
is so
over
much
here.
easier for her.
She looks really cool.
She's
Have you seen her tats?
no.
She's got mad tats.
Yeah. Keep talking and I'll just.
We had
seen
a,
her
we had a
tats.
discussion about he specifically went online looking for tattooed hot chicks.
Who did? Did
Kevin,
you?
yeah.
Is that how you met her?
I did meet her online. Yeah.
You did?
Oh, there we go. So braids. Oh, that's what's going to come up.
Yeah.
We need to keep. Oh, there we go. So she just had hair braided.
Oh wow, that's the same color that I had.
So you
much
dodged the
easier.
bullet. You dodged the bullet with the racism thing. Really.
Yeah, I do get like I mean I
What about
definitely
now?
I definitely know that I don't have it as worse as other women or people like of color. Like there's people darker than me, so I know that that's
They do?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Be-
But as I have gotten older, I have become a lot more aware of little things that are kind of racist
Like
in this
slights,
society.
racist
Yeah,
slights.
like people, you know, I remember in high school I got called into the principal's office for having cornrows and
What?
yeah, for having
Serious?
cornrows and I'm like, how?
Catholic school though, you know,
But-
like private Catholic school.
Yeah, but it's just like there are girls coming back from Bali with that stuff and
Yeah, true.
all of a sudden that's an issue. But I know with hair, as a woman of colour, your hair is always something.
Nappy.
Just no, not even nappy. Just people always have some sort of comment or criticism or just want to touch it. Wow,
And a whole back as well.
that's amazing. I love that. I love a big blanket.
Yeah, it's like public property in a way.
Yeah, people just come up and just start touching it without even like
Yeah.
asking or. And I understand that they're fascinated, but I don't go up to somebody with straight hair and just go. You know,
Maybe you should.
Maybe that might be the way, but yeah, there's just a lot of very slights, especially in this society. But also, there's really
Well, sluts.
slights,
Oh, slights.
Racial slights.
racial
right,
slights,
right.
like that are very I don't know under the covers, but you can tell that people are trying to be.
Oh, we talked
Although
about this before. In
unintentional.
Australia, I think it's ingrained in,
Yeah,
in the history.
it
you know?
is,
So
it
it's,
is.
Have you travelled much, like say, into like some of the more regional areas?
No.
Because I think you'd have a different experience.
In terms of words,
I don't. Yes.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I probably I
Oh,
know
then
that.
sit than where we live.
Like if you went up to like North Queensland or something.
Yeah,
Don't think you're part.
Aboriginal.
Yeah.
it's just disgusting. Like I don't know, I don't get it. I honestly that the
Speaking
whole
Sorry, keep
yeah.
going.
Sorry,
Keep
no,
going.
you're right.
No.
Just the whole issue of your skin color or something.
It is
being-
ridiculous.
It's
is it
just
not?
ridiculous.
How's this for? Here's one for you. This is going to freak you out. I have a friend. She is a black woman from America. She lives here in Australia, and she works predominantly with for an Aboriginal.
Community service.
That's something. Not that she works for a university, but she looks after Aboriginal aspects of students and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And she works with Aboriginal women in her office. And when she had quite a reasonably high-ranking position, and she wanted to get approval to go and do work directly with Aboriginal people, and an Aboriginal woman who was paler than her
Yeah.
said, "You can't have that job. You're not black." Meaning, she's not Aboriginal.
Yeah,
She was black,
right.
black.
But the wrong
African
type,
American.
wrong type of black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not black.
Was it? What's the job? Sorry.
It was involved with the Aboriginal community.
Right.
So she was branching out to try and do something direct, and that's the discrimination she faced from a
Within
pale-skinned
yeah.
Aboriginal woman, saying that she wasn't black, so she wasn't qualified for it.
I think judging appearances, whether not just skin color, but we talk, about any sort. I mean, I get assumed that I'm a thug sort of, dumb
Criminal,
criminal all the time.
jailbird.
Jailbird. I did a stress test, cardio stress test, and this nurse said to me during the stress test, "So, you done much jail time?" I was like,
Excuse
"Beg your
me?
pardon?"
That's bizarre.
Oh, because of the tattoos, I just assumed you'd been to jail.
What? They're so common these days. I think
What, gun jail?
no tattoos.
Yeah.
I think with like just people of color, I don't know. There's just such a different like way of treatment that you get as opposed to being a
White.
white person. Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
With everything, like especially with jobs, I've just seen how different, and even just energy, people's energy can
Okay.
be different to you. People stare at you. Like
Yeah.
I could be dressed completely plain and just have my hair out, and somehow that's a reason to just be like,
It's a shame,
Yeah,
isn't
or
it?
just-
Because in reality,
it's just my hair.
you're barely darker than me. in
Yeah.
No,
terms
but,
of
but
actual colour, right?
and
It's
like.
just, I don't know what it is.
Well, it's because you're different as well, and not all of it is staring at you
Not
in a
at
negative
all,
way.
not
like
at all. But
some of it's
yeah.
in appreciation.
I do
a lot of it's in
understand that.
appreciation.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, I don't.
I mean,
know,
can we
I
can you just show us your outfit for a more? Just because,
don't, I
like,
don't know if I can.
just stand
stand
up
up and put the
face.
chair back. I mean, like,
This is my outfit.
just turn around, do a spin around. Like, I mean,
It's a one piece.
Tags, it's a one piece.
there's a lot to
All
appreciate.
about the one pieces these days.
Because I guess people.
Oh, where's Steve gone?
I'm just coming. I
Yeah.
was just giving Basha room. It's not all bad, is it?
No, I definitely know that it is good, but also I don't know. There's just so many different elements of being a person of color.
Yeah.
That there is like discrimination, but also even when you are appreciated, sometimes it is like
That's
fetish.
That's weird. Yeah.
it's a fetish, and that's so
No, okay.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're
that's-
never taken seriously. You're just like, oh, she's
This
brown or something like that. That'll be nice to like conquer. Like it's not a very I don't know. It doesn't make you feel appreciated or
Yeah, that's very objectified, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's,
I haven't had that one, so let's tick that one off.
it's disgusting. It's gross.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
that's valid.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which is
Does that happen a lot?
I don't. It has happened to me. And
Just move your
it's
chair a bit more forward, hon.
it has happened to me, but also I have noticed that there are just men who will only sleep with women who are a certain color, but then somehow end up marrying a completely different.
That's what like the Kanye
Race.
song said, and end up
Yeah.
marrying a white girl.
Yeah, pretty much. And
But
you're just
look, but this is the thing, right? Because people have a type. Well, I don't know if you do. I have a type. We discussed this before.
Right.
All the girls that I've always been attracted to are dark skinned, exotic looking, and have like dark hair. Like I can't remember the last time I dated a white blonde chick, right?
right.
Hope not, since you've been married.
So I've been married for over 10 years. But, right, so like it is okay to be attracted to a certain type of person.
Of course. I
Do you
just-
agree?
Oh yeah, it happens all the
Do you
time.
have a type?
But people like what they aren't.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
attracted to the opposite.
Yeah.
Like Roy,
Sometimes,
for example.
do you ever see like couples who are like
Oh, well,
exact same?
obviously,
They're like,
obviously, it's not 100% of the time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but you can understand how people like what they are not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a TV show recently where these Asian girls said, "No, I don't date Asians."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Well, a lot of
Because-
Asian girls don't.
No, that's right. But
They
that
date
became a-
nerdy white guys
yeah. So
who carry their handbags for them.
which is fine. There was a discussion recently on the radio about how that racist or not. If you're an Asian and you don't date Asians, is that being racist? But it's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
It's
a
a
preference. It's a preference.
Yeah.
It's
What you're
a
attracted to.
exactly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's fine. You can't like tell someone off.
Oh, do you have a type?
Not really. Just
3 legs?
not really. I don't know what it. No, just
When you get a connection, right?
yeah. If they're, I mean, obviously, I have been attracted to people. Like it's not just like they have a personality, because obviously I have to see something before
Yeah.
I know if I like it. And every person that I've been attracted to has always been different.
Yeah, true.
So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, maybe that comes with time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Maybe when you go through your slut
I
phase.
just like a nice face. I don't think I'll be having one of those, to be honest.
No, that's
Never say never. But probably not.
that's right. Never say never.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch you watch UFC last
No,
week?
I
You
didn't.
didn't watch Conor?
No. But I've heard enough about it.
Oh, because
Tell-
last week
elaborate.
we
Watched
did
the
our
fight.
podcast. We did our
Elaborate.
podcast, and it was the day before the fight. So
Okay.
we were talking about we both
So-
wanted Conor to win.
Can I have this backstory? What is the whole situation?
Drama?
Yeah.
Well, the situation was Kevin and I watched the. Oh, you mean with the fight?
with the fight,
Okay.
yeah.
so-
well, we were worried because we kept losing the internet, so
Okay.
I was dying. But I was yelling at the TV.
That's not
and-
what Sasha's asking.
No, I
No.
But see, can I just look at see my? I'm actually getting the game. I'm getting
the
some muscle
gains?
back.
So you know Conor McGregor's like the biggest name in UFC.
Yes,
She knows
I
she
do-
doesn't
I
like
have
him.
watched
She doesn't like
UFC.
him.
So the
I
guy
don't-
he fought, the Russian guy he fought, was undefeated,
Khabib.
Yeah.
and he is the current champion.
Okay.
And there was an incident 6 months ago. On
Conor.
a bus pulling into a car park, and someone said something. Conor picked up a chair and threw it at the
Dolly.
bus, smashed a window,
Yeah,
and it was
nearly
a
hurt
bit-
someone.
almost a big brawl, and it was
Wow.
a big deal, and
Yeah.
everyone got fined. And you know, this guy that he fought last week was on the bus.
Wow.
Well, Conor was specifically going after him.
That's
It was a target of
Yeah,
Conor's.
yeah, and that's what Conor does, as
What
you
a
know. Like
drama queen.
And
Well-
since then, Conor, before the fight, Conor was mouthing off
Doing-
as he does,
doing what he
but
does.
He was putting down
His
this
family,
guy's
his
country,
religion.
his religion, his manager.
Yeah.
He was really getting stuck in
Right.
orally,
Right.
verbally,
Yes.
as he does,
Orally.
and when this guy beat him in the fight,
Just took him apart.
yeah, he totally dominated him. But
Yeah.
then he jumped over the fence. You know this, right? Who
I
this?
heard
Jumped
something
out
about
of the
jump-
Out
octagon.
of the
Yeah.
cage and started attacking
Trying to-
one of
Conor's coaches.
Conor's
No
coaches.
way.
Yeah. In the crowd. In the
Then one of his teammates, the Russian's teammate, jumped
in.
into the ring and sucker punched Conor from behind.
Wow. Okay,
So anyway,
that's
it was
intense.
extreme.
It was good. It was great viewing.
So
Yeah.
that all happened the day after
Yeah.
our last podcast on the
Wow.
break. And
And now,
Yeah,
have
like,
you heard
talk about that.
now? Khabib is threatening because
I've
his
seen something about
teammates
UFC,
are
yeah.
his teammates are going to be banned from UFC because his teammates are fighters as well.
right.
Khabib is saying if you ban them, I'm out.
Well, fuck him. Let him go.
Well, because he's like, you don't ban my brothers.
Well, yeah, but you don't behave like
Well,
that.
but the thing is, the UFC stands to make a lot of money on this and a lot of money on
of
a rematch.
course. Yes.
Some people even say that the whole fiasco was
Was staged.
staged. Like, it was pretty spectacular staging if it is.
I don't think it's staged, but I think there is the element of Dana White rubbing his hands together
Oh,
in glee,
just
thinking
seeing
about the
dollars,
news that will
for
come
sure.
and feigning outrage.
Yes.
You know?
Speaking of outrage, I was outraged at fucking
Kanye.
Yeezy, man. What a dickhead. Kanye, it's over. I used to be your boy, but fuck you, man. You're a dickhead.
See, okay, so he said some inappropriate stuff across the desk from Trump in the White House, but what was the big deal, really?
He's meeting with a fucking Trump's a moron,
Yes.
and he was just
Yeah.
he's just an idiot,
He's
and he's
complete
talking,
idiot.
and Kanye, why are you sitting down with this guy? Well, maybe if you're sitting down with him to actually school him on
Yeah.
where he's going wrong, but
Yeah.
but if you're just sitting there, did
Agreeing
you see
with
any of the
him.
interview?
I saw
He's just
it.
talking rubbish.
And he had a
Had a MAGA hat on.
a hat on.
But you see what it said? It was a Make America Great Again hat.
I didn't see it.
And he was streaming on his phone while he was talking to Trump.
That's awful. What the hell?
Not much respect there.
No.
Did he
But-
use the word motherfucker in there in the office? That's what
No,
I heard
I
as
don't
well. In the half-hour
Maybe.
speech
I
that he
don't
was
know.
making.
Just
I
you
just
know.
think it's sad, like because he has a platform to like, if he's getting that opportunity,
Sure.
at least
It's huge.
It has
yeah,
a
he has a
platform.
huge platform, and there are so many like influential people who have.
Game has a huge platform.
Yeah.
I'm
to, like-
waiting for. waiting for Kanye's platform to break and then
Yeah.
fall through and hang himself.
Yeah, well, you were never a fan, were you?
Really?
No, he hates him. He's a-
I liked him, but
What do you like about
his
him?
old music?
His
Yeah.
music,
Just his music, but
fucking
not his
shit.
No, don't start us
personality.
off. Don't
His
start us off.
lyrics are fucking shit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. It's just sad when you have the opportunity to make a change and
Yes.
you just completely
Embarrass yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
there are other people that are affected by obviously the decisions of their president.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So I don't. There's a lot of people that I was speaking to a guy last night that he's come back from America, and he said, "Oh, it's really tough in America, but you know, Trump's doing a good job." It's an odd.
Oh, but they
What?
see that he's created jobs for
I
Americans.
don't know. I mean, I guess I look.
Yeah, but it
I'm talking
depends
out my
what.
ass. I have no
it
idea.
really depends on what
I
who
believe
you
he's,
are in that
Yes.
country.
Yeah,
I believe he's fixed up some of the industry there so that there's hundreds of thousands of jobs have been created for Americans.
the basic
But what are Americans in what sense are we talking Americans though?
white middle class.
That's what I mean.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Did you know this? That I found this the other day. Once you get a criminal record in America, you are unable to vote ever. You can't vote anymore.
Wow.
So it's this beautiful way.
I don't think every state has that.
I think that's for the federal election. I don't know. Mate, I'm just.
Those are
But yeah,
racist.
that's right. That's right. That is right in general.
Yeah.
I think there are some loopholes, but yeah.
Anyway, I was at the. Do you want to talk about Trump? You want to diss Kanye anymore? Or are you done with Kanye?
No.
Don't waste your breath.
I don't. That's right. I'm not going to waste any
That's
more energy
precious
on
air.
it.
Yeah.
I was training the other day, and there was this guy that was way too good looking for his own good, and he was all jacked. Oh, you were training at the same time,
Yes.
and his eyebrows. I had eyebrow envy
They were
because
perfect, weren't they?
well, they're actually too perfect. They
Did
were.
he
They
get
were
them
so,
done?
oh, he got them.
They were.
done.
They were like Michael Jackson on the cover of Bad. They like that.
They were complete angle,
Wow.
Yeah.
and
But his hair was
his hair was
beautiful
beautiful hair. It was like the really
Wow,
nice
okay.
fade, and
Nice. The
That
line.
sounds
the line here.
Yeah,
But his
perfect.
eyebrows especially were
They're stunning.
But God, I want to fucking slap him.
Why though?
Oh, because he was well, he's
He
in
was
good shape.
beautiful?
No, because he's in good shape, and he wasn't really doing a lot, was he? Except looking at himself in the mirror. Like he'd do a curl and then just wander around, and it was walking around like it was this such a serious fucking.
Workout.
He just took himself so seriously.
Right.
He's in good shape.
He was in good shape.
Oh,
He's
that's
probably
such a
a
sensitive-
WBF pro.
Wow.
You know the ones that wear the wings, the bikini wings. He's
I don't
probably
think
one of them.
they don't wear the wings.
No, of course they do.
The guys don't wear the wings.
Yeah,
they
they
do.
wear. They wear.
There's a division
No,
where
they
they
wear
do.
tampons that have got wings on them.
Wow.
The pads have the wings, not the tampons.
But on the other end of the spectrum, at the other,
Tampons don't have wings.
Some of them
yeah,
have like
bro, you don't know your tampons.
That's
When I have to get tampons
Something
for
you have to-
Gabriella, she specifically says, I want the ones without wings. So I have to go through the shelves looking for the ones without wings.
They've got like
pads
little.
or tampons.
Oh, what is there a difference?
Pads.
I know,
Pads,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah. Pads without wings, yeah?
That's
There's
what.
pads, but-
That's what have wings. The
Yeah,
pads.
the tampons
wings
don't.
stick onto the
Tampons
undies.
have a string.
You're woke.
Wow, you are
Yes.
so woke.
I have to go shopping for them. On the other end of the spectrum
nice
with
that you do
bodybuilding,
Not for your.
my vagina.
Yeah.
I tell you what Bianca calls Gab when Gab has a period. What
I
she
think
calls, she
told
says,
me.
"Oh, mummy, do you have your vaginal issues?"
Vagina issues. Cute.
On the other end of the spectrum with bodybuilding,
Yes.
someone who does deserve respect,
Opposite to the tampon.
opposite to the tampon guy with the nice hair, is Lucky. Lucky.
Ah,
how do you pronounce his last name?
Hatzipantelis.
Yes. Do you know about this guy? You should follow him on Instagram. He's a
Okay.
really he's
He's funny.
yeah he's
Oh,
a
he's
funny
funny?
guy.
Yeah.
I think that would be the only reason I'd follow.
Well,
He's
this is the
funny.
thing. He's one of the few bodybuilders that actually
Has personality.
is humble, doesn't take himself seriously.
Right.
He's
At
articulate.
all doesn't take himself
Um,
seriously.
Okay.
Like he always cracking. He's
I
putting
like
himself on the. On
Yeah.
the
You know stories, so like, because you've actually messaged him over time, haven't you?
Yeah, I've become friends with him
Yeah,
and messaged him privately. But
yeah.
yeah, so what story? Is
Well, because he 6 months ago, he's quite open about it. He had a massive drug problem,
Right.
and he was way out of shape. He hadn't left his room for a couple of months,
Wow.
and he was just, people had written him off. A lot of people had written him off
they had.
as never thought he would compete again
Mm-hmm.
or even have a successful business.
7 years ago, he was a superstar
Yeah.
on the amateur.
Yeah,
Australian
one of the
bodybuilding
up and coming
scene.
bodybuilders.
Incredible physique.
Yeah,
Right.
especially legs, ridiculous legs.
Then he went
Okay.
through this bad patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And about a year ago, he decided to snap out of the bullshit.
Yes.
And got some focus, and he's basically turned his whole life around,
Yeah.
and he won the overall at the Victorian
Yeah.
Champs last weekend.
Wow.
So
And he'll
That's
probably
cool.
he'll
looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Amazing.
and
Yeah,
so
that's-
he because of his following on social media, because he's really likable. His presence on social media is very likable. Unlike most bodybuilders, like we've talked about what we don't want when we speak to bodybuilders,
Right.
which is that after game football sort of mentality where they go, oh, it was a game of two halves and we're lucky to have won. And,
Full credit to the
full
other
credit to our
side
team.
and-
We're both champions. Do you know that sort of
Right,
vibe?
right.
We don't want that.
We don't want
Okay.
that.
When we speak, and
She doesn't
he's not
watch
like
football,
that.
does
He's
No.
as Steve said, he's articulate, but he takes the piss all the time out of
Out of
himself.
himself,
I like that,
which is
yeah.
refreshing. Yeah.
That's cool.
So he just won, and it's pretty exciting. So the Nationals, the Mr. Australia, is in 2 weeks' time, I think, in Melbourne.
It is in Melbourne.
Yeah.
He sent me the suburb that it's in because
Right.
I asked where it was because I sent him a personal an open invitation to come on the Push podcast anytime he's in
Lovely.
Sydney.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, he doesn't come to Sydney,
Oh,
so
We'll have to come
lucky,
to him.
We'll have to come to you
Yes, but congratulations on the
yeah.
on the
victory
comeback, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
and the journey
Yes,
more so.
yes.
Mm.
I haven't got anything else.
I just thought I'd let you know after your little description last week of how you like to groom yourself. Shaving.
Shaving. Well, you
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Yeah,
You
I
took
tried-
my lead.
I did.
He's talking about shaving his butthole.
Okay.
In the shower.
You have to follow our things because
I'm
we've got
gonna-
quite a discussion.
Yeah,
about
there's
it.
a lot.
Yeah, so I took your advice or
Okay.
your
How was your
experience.
flexibility?
Well, I had done that before, but I
Okay.
never squatted down like
Yeah,
you.
it makes it a lot easier,
Yeah.
especially when you've got no testicles.
I find the hardest bit is right down the crack though.
We have to open up your
Why don't you
cheeks.
just get it waxed?
Well, he's done that.
Okay.
I've done that.
It's
And
quite
you have to
painful.
actually go somewhere for that.
And you have to.
Right.
Well,
I think you can buy stuff.
but can you describe the position you have to be in when you get waxed?
I don't think I
Male?
want to know.
Ah, yeah, it's
I
not
don't think
really
I
the
wanna
most
know.
flattering or sort of empowering position.
Right.
It's
Okay.
Quite the opposite.
I
it's
think I
basically
think
doggy
I know.
style with
I-
the woman's position,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with your knees apart. I mean,
Right.
knees not apart, but yeah, the person has to get in there, and your balls are hanging underneath, and it's not.
It's not optimal.
You know,
Right.
there's not that many times as a man that you want to be in that position
Mm-hmm.
with another person behind you. Well, unless that's a common thing for you every weekend.
Right.
Depends, some boys on Oxford Street would be. But no, as a straight man, that's not a position you want to be in with another. Yeah. So,
Moving on.
there you go.
Oh, it's
Thanks.
good.
Thanks for the tip.
Good that you've
it
experienced
a
that.
go,
How do you
yeah.
wax? Or
No.
okay.
No. I don't.
Yeah. Au natural.
No.
Oh,
No.
laser?
Yes.
Yeah, laser.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's it. That's the way a lot of people are going these days, right?
I'd like to get my face done actually.
Electrolysis.
Yeah, is that the same thing?
It's different. It's more
Okay.
painful.
Is it?
A lot
I
more
just hate
painful.
shaving.
Actually, you can get laser on the face. I
can.
I have a friend,
Electrolysis is
and he
better
got
though.
laser on his beard.
Yeah.
Before much of
Why?
it turned white.
Right.
Now the only hairs that grow are the white ones, so it's a bit it's sparse, but all the dark hair's gone, so he doesn't have to shave. That's why
Okay.
he got sick of shaving. He didn't want to shave.
So
Now he's got a
does he have?
face like a baby's bottom.
So he will never grow
No.
a beard.
No,
then? Okay.
I
Just
can't. I'm
do
not
what you
down
want.
with the beard. We've discussed that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I like beards.
Yeah, I know you do.
Facial hair's nice.
because it's manly.
Yeah.
Do you like a man's scent as well?
Oof. Love him. Wait, what kind of scent are you talking about?
Natural.
Just his smell,
His-
his pheromones.
His odor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't shower.
Okay. Well, he needs to shower.
Right. Oh, but yeah, I don't just mean smelling a guy's skin and how he smells.
Oh, I liked the smell.
I like that.
Skin.
I like
yeah.
that too on a woman.
Yeah.
Not a man, Steve. I see you looking at me.
That's fine. Whatever.
Can I stick my nose in your neck and have a good sniff, Steve?
I've got aqua di Giorgio.
What is it?
Aqua
Aqua
di
di
Gio.
Gio.
Oh, he's got
Armani,
his
Armani.
scent on Armani.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's what I wear.
I like that one on a man,
So you
Steve.
see.
Yeah.
On that note, I think I think we covered everything. Anything else you want to?
I'm good.
Oh, I've got a story from
Okay.
someone, but that can wait till next time.
If you like what you're hearing, you can like us and subscribe on YouTube at The Push and on Instagram.
Instagram, the push_podcast. Is that right? Is that what it is? Yeah, that's it.
And if you want to email us, you can slide into our DMs.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And,
Alright,
yeah.
The Push Podcast.
And you can message us on or email us on The Push
Podcast 2018.
2018 at gmail.com.
Yeah, that's it.
If you want to
So-
follow Barsha, you can. Is your account private?
No.
Okay. At BASJIA.
Jay.
And is there any modelling coming
is
up?
Is that all you got? Just Basha?
Basha.
Yeah,
That's it.
there's
No
only
one
one.
else
There's
has
only one
that.
Barsha.
Yeah.
Just like Madonna.
Yeah.
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 No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Just
You
some
did
fun
a,
shoots.
You did a Westfield thing, didn't you?
I did.
That was
I
cool.
did.
Did
It
you
was
know that?
nice. I did Westwood and then also an underwear brand.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
What? As a model?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Officially?
Officially.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
She's
cool.
in there. She's getting in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. This has been Steve Machine Curran and Kev Allwood. Big Daddy Kev Allwood.
That's it. Episode 9. So take care and we'll see you next time.
Much love.
All right.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.